Okay, so let's talk about practice chanters for a minute. Getting started on the bagpipes, it might take about 6 months to a year to actually get on a full set of bagpipes. So the first thing you want to get is something that we will continue to use from start all the way through your career in piping, whatever you want to do with it. Okay, is what we call a practice chanter. A much quieter instrument than a full set of pipes, obviously, and you want a good quality chanter. Okay, you want a good quality practice chanter. It doesn't matter whether it's polypinko, Delrin, or Blackwood. But what does matter is that it's a reputable company that makes it. You don't want anything kind of like what we call in the musical world as ISOs, right? Instrument shaped objects. Things made in Pakistan are probably not going to be the best quality instrument, right? Um, so you want a good brand maker of bagpipes or of practice chanters. Okay, there are quite a few of these, anywhere from McCallum's, McClellan's, Granger, Hardy, you name it. There's tons of them. Okay, I will try to link some uh, websites through an email for you that you can look at for good practice chanters. I'm going to show you a couple of them at the moment that I have on me and talk you through some of these things, okay? So, some things you kind of need to know, all right? There's a long practice chanter and a short practice chanter. It really doesn't matter which one you get. Um, depending on kind of how your hands fit and things like that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Some people's uh, kind of thought pattern was that the long practice chanter is better for you for an actual bagpipe. It doesn't really matter. Just to let you know. So this is a much more expensive chanter. This is an ES Sessions chanter. It's more along the line of a long chanter. This is a lot longer than say something like this, and you can kind of see, right? A little bit longer, even in the hand area, right? Just a little bit longer. Okay. But you don't need anything really expensive. Okay. This is an RG Hardy polypinko or very hard plastic. Delrin and polypinko are both really hard plastics. They run anywhere between $60 to $100, maybe a little bit more than that. You can get a twist trap, which is one of the better chanters nowadays, um, my opinion. Um, it has a little thing inside here where the reed goes that basically traps all your moisture. Okay, but you can get one of those. I think it's like 125, something like that. Um, Not too expensive. Okay, um, so poly or polypinko, Delrin, those are perfectly fine practice chanters. Okay, again, this is an RG Hardy, um, good company. Okay, McCallum's. This is a Granger. So RG Hardy, McCallum, tons. There's tons of different ones. Okay, but that's an RG Hardy. This is a Granger here. This is a Blackwood chanter. Okay, so it's actual wood. The only part that's not is the mouthpiece up here. Okay. I would suggest if, when you get a chanter, you also look at getting maybe a rubber tip, one of these rubber things. Okay. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But anyway, it'll help. I try not to bite down on these, but you do every once in a while. Anyway, so this is a Granger. This is a Blackwood. These are pretty good. Um, Again, it doesn't really matter. And then this is a much more kind of expensive version. You don't need anything like this, but this is a ES Sessions chanter. You can actually change these middle sections out here to different keys. Um, but you know, any of these are going to be good. Okay. Um, so this is the RG Hardy. I'll play it and just show you what it sounds like. Okay, so that's the RG Hardy. This is the Granger. This is the Blackwood. Okay. And then this is that ES Sessions chanter. Okay. You probably heard on the very top, I've been playing this one a lot. So there's a little water in this. Some things that you need to kind of know about chanters. I'm going to take this off real quick. It takes me a little bit to get this off. These have little kind of O-rings in here to basically seal for air and stuff like that. I have a little thing here. I used to call it like a gobstopper. I had an instructor that used to call it a gobstopper. They're little kind of spongy things. They start out looking something like this, little thin wafers. They come in a pack of like 10, right? And you put this on your chanter reed, from the bottom of the chanter reed. I'm gonna grab one of these real quick, but I'll take a chanter reed and I'll literally put it just like that, and I'll slide it up onto the chanter reed. And it just sits there. And then what I do, what you can do, you're gonna see this, is when I push this, it drains water. So it soaks water up, a lot of water. Okay, whether that's spit or condensation, both, right? But I've been playing on this like all morning, so little wet. Anyway, so along with the chanter, normally it'll come with a reed, but if not, you need a good practice chanter reed. They're plastic; they are not wood. You can get like the old practice chanter wood ones, but you really don't need that. And you want a good maker type of a reed. These reeds, some of them just don't sound good in specific chanters. I don't know why, but like the Granger, when I got it, had a practice chanter reed in it that didn't sound. I mean, you couldn't play on it. It was just horrible. And I basically found it. I had tons of these reeds. I put another reed in, and bang, really good sound. So it just kind of depends, but you want a good practice chanter reed, okay? And there's tons of different makers and brands and different things. I can link those in an email as well. But so I've got these little water saver soaker things, right? These little spongy things, and a reed and a chanter. That's all I really need, right? Um, So I hope that kind of helps with some of the things that you might need to look for as a beginner just getting started on the instrument. Um, you know, you can also look at later on if you get better or get not so much better, but if you want to get more practice in things like that, you can get something like an electronic chanter. I have a Flagerstrom here. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then you can plug in for some earphones, or you can even plug it into an amp if you want, uh, you know, what have you. But kind of cool. Okay, something like this, because I can plug in anywhere I'm at and just sit and practice, and I'm not bothering anybody or anything like that. So just some things to kind of think about for beginners. If you have not already got a practice chanter, again, look for good name brand practice chanters. You can go onto multiple different sites to do that. Um, but look for good name brand pipe practice chanters. Okay, there's tons of different ones, but just don't go looking for ISO ones. Okay. All right.